I'm Dan Fitzpatrick at realmoney.com. Every night we watch the same shows, Fast Money and Mad Money, and we want to use those ideas to grow our money. Well, good trading takes more than just writing down the tickers you see on TV every night and punching the buy button the next morning. I can help you know when to buy these 3 stocks I saw on TV. Today, let's look at Transocean, Ensco, and gold. Last night, Kramer was comparing Transocean with Ensco. A couple of drillers. One's good, one's not. Guess which one this is? Well, Jim usually likes to buy on the cheap. You know, as they get lower, he likes them more. Certain ones, anyway. Well, this ain't one of them. Jim says you don't want to be buying rig, even though we look here, there's a low. There's a low, there's a low. My gosh, this thing should be a great buy right now because look what it's done before. Jim doesn't think so. As I zoom back out, what do we see? Well, we see lower highs. Also not good. By the way, remember what happened here and here? Big, nasty declines. This time, not so much. In fact, the stock is just kind of drifting, just kind of gradually drifting lower. So it's not as oversold at the extent that this was and this was. So we still got a stock that's just basically under distribution. Just keep that in mind. Now we look at the daily chart and you see what I'm talking about. It's just kind of trickling lower. So here's the deal. Rig, yeah, poised for an oversold bounce, though probably not today. I think at some point this stock gets closer to the 50-day moving average, at which time it'll be a great short entry. For now, I think this is one that you just want to stay away from. Now, Ensco, on the other hand, this is one that Kramer likes. I'm looking at the daily chart here, and I can, from a technical standpoint, which isn't what Jim's really looking at here, but from a technical standpoint, I can see the stock trading there. There's resistance, there's support. Stock's at the bottom of this box, so time to buy this stock. But this is really all you get. You get a move from here up to about 52 or so before this thing hits resistance. It was down a little bit yesterday, if you call 1 3/4% down a little bit. The stock is consolidating right underneath the 200-day moving average. Frankly, it looks a little bit like the S&P 500 used to look. But if we look at the weekly chart, you get a better sense of what's happening here. We already had a big move to the upside. Now this is under distribution a little bit. So I would be really careful about buying right now. I think you can, Jim may be right about the fundamentals, but I think you'll be able to get this stock in the low 40s if you're just patient. And by the way, if I'm right, then what's the point of buying right now? Maybe it ultimately goes to $60, but what's the point of buying right now if you have to hold it through this period, then ride it back up to a point where you broke even? Why not instead just wait for the stock to do what it's going to do, and that's when you do what you're going to do? And lastly, gold. A lot of talk on CNBC lately, or yesterday, about gold, bear market, this and that and the other thing. Here's what I know from a physical gold standpoint, which is my deal. My coins haven't really moved from my safe, nor will they. The lower this thing goes, the more eager I'll get to buy more of them. But we're not talking about the physical stuff. We're talking about GLD here. Here, short term, you probably get a little bit lower level, but frankly, right around, we got the 200-day moving average there. We've got support here. This is due for some kind of an oversold bounce somewhere around that area. However, this is significant high here. You can see that it was actually quite clear to see. If you didn't see it, it's probably because you were on vacation. And since that time, we've got a trend lower. You can really get a sense of what's happening, though, if we just zoom out to the weekly chart. This has been in a really nice uptrend for quite a while. However, this is different, isn't it? And let me show you another way. Here's, generally speaking, there's support. Generally speaking, there's, that was resistance. This is support. In fact, a really lousy support line I drew. 200-day or 40-week moving average is this one right here. So that's pretty much held any pullback. This is where GLD is right now. But Downside momentum is actually pretty strong because it just hasn't taken it that long to get down there. So I think we can overshoot to the downside. I think GLD can fall below the 200-day moving average. If so, that's fine. You still want to back away. Let the thing do what it's going to do. Ultimately, this is going to be a great buying opportunity. I don't think this is your buying opportunity. I think this ultimately goes lower. But as I've said many times, when they stop printing euros, when they stop printing the buck, and when they find a way to make all the debt disappear, that's when gold tops. If you haven't done it already, go do it now. Get over to Real Money Pro and subscribe, okay? It's a new service. It's an awesome service. Lots of good trading ideas. Some of the best are in my articles. Fitbits, 5 charts in each article, 4 articles a week. What's that amount to? You do the math. It's about 80 charts a month. You've got to be able to find a good trade in there somewhere. So get over there and check that out. Also, go over to my website, that's stockmarketmentor.com. Sign up for my email list. It's totally free, and I will send you 1 video a day with a charting idea that's designed to do 2 things. First of all, teach you how to fish for yourself. Second of all, maybe toss a fish on your hook every once in a while. Okay, I'm Dan Fitzpatrick, and I'll see you next time.